going to the Hamptons. Erin invited us out to her home, which is lovely. Girl, do you have food?
I have a whole caviar set up.
Caviar?
Yeah, is that not good?
So yeah, I might take some iPhone photos with you. I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
I want my 20%, bitch.
And our CEO, and they're like, were you at J. Crew at the time? No. And the post said, we have information that you are seeing a woman. Would you like to confirm or deny? No, I absolutely hate it. It's not my vibe at all. I feel like I'm a granny in this. Like, hideous. I would never wear this. But
before, I was going to keep it to myself, but actually, I think I'm a little bothered now.
and that what she's saying might be really kind of rude and offensive. I don't get it. Like, I'm completely dumbfounded, honestly.
Wow.
And on about how ugly the garment is. It's not that bad. She's being a huge bitch and she has no clue.
Oh, now that's how you clear a bitch.
Jenna doesn't have enough balls to say, hey, can you guys stop? If I was in Jenna's shoes, I'd say, bitches, give back my
Boom.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about The Real Housewives of New York City, Season 14, Episode 2. This was like a really calm episode. We're still trying to learn all the ladies and figure out who they are. So y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the bag.
All right, so basically, the start of the episode is the girls are going to the Hamptons.
travel vibe. I love it. We're going to the Hamptons. Erin invited us out to her home, which is lovely.
Girls, I really want to invite you to my house.
Right, Erin said, look, I'm hosting y'all at my house. It's 6,500 square feet. It's very nice. 7 bathrooms, 5 bedrooms. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time, this and the third.
I really want to invite you to my house and experience my version of the Hamptons.
I've never been to the Hamptons in the fall. So this is gonna be really nice, and I am looking forward to a weekend away.
So Jenna's over here talking about, well, you know, she's in her confessional saying that, you know, I've never been on a girls trip. I'm kind of nervous, don't really know what to do or expect. If I'm gonna have a sleepover at a girl's house, you already know what's gonna go down. Right. So, you know, all the girls are meeting at, well, not all the girls, but Uba and Sai are meeting at basically Sai's brownstone, and Jessel's arriving as well. So, you know, Sai is basically packing for 45 days for only 3 days in the Hamptons. I get it, she's a content creator. She's like, look, I have no shame in my game. At the end of the day, I have this content. I'm gonna wear these outfits. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. Well, Bob. Yes.
I travel super light. I have 2 more garment bags. They're
So Jessel meets them as well, and you know, Erin says in her confessional that, you know, Brandon's gonna be MIA. Someone FaceTimed her, I think it was Uber FaceTimed her and found out that, you know, she's not feeling well. She's gonna try to get a steroid injection so she can get up, keep going, and meet them in the Hamptons the next day. We see that in the preview for next week that she does meet them. So yeah. So we transport over to Erin, get it ready and to host the ladies at her house. Her house is beautiful. There's just only one room that I was just like, but it's a kid's room, so we get it. But her house is beautiful, and she's like, you know what? What's something I can do to really treat the girls? So she's like, you know what? Let's do caviar.
It's caviar because that's a nice bougie snack for these bougie bitches. Like, she's not allergic, she's just dry heaves. I've literally never heard anything like that in my life.
So Uba and Sai has reservations. Uba's like, look, I love my sleep. I love my own personal time. So when I'm around people, I need my own company. I don't need people to wake me up, jump in my bed, do all that. I need my own space. And Sai was like, look, I grew up with a 1-ply toilet paper. I have elevated my life. So we need to go 2-ply. We're not doing 2-ply. We got a problem. I'm going back home. So I'm not mad at her, right? So the girls are on their way, and they call Erin and ask them, like, what are we eating? Like, because we can stop at Provisions, we can stop at, you know, Speedway, we can stop at Giants, Food Line. It doesn't really matter, the gas station. So she's like, oh, I got you guys caviar. It's gonna be so fancy, so fat. She, you know, she was really boosting herself up. She was like, yeah, you know, this is really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they like caviar. We're not doing that.
You have food?
So, hi, Sai.
Hi.
I have a whole caviar set up.
Caviar?
Yeah, is that not good?
So Erin feels some type of way. One thing I've noticed with Erin is she gets easily offended by everything. And she's very vocal, but she is easily offended when I think some stuff is just like, you know, satire or just like joke and just, it's not really that deep. But hey, So Jenna is the first person there. We found out that Jenna has her own house there. And she was like, oh my God, your house is beautiful compared to my 1,500 square feet house. And it's funny because the girls have these extra houses all over and stuff, but they're living in New York, damn near in a box. I mean, all their houses are nice, but I feel like their extra houses or vacation homes are bigger than their apartments in New York. Crazy, but I mean, if you like it, I love it. You could afford it. I ain't mad. So we transport back into the car, and you know, they're talking about the activities, what they're gonna do. They're talking about you can go out to eat, go out to dinner, go horseback riding. And Jess was like, well, you know, I haven't rode anything in a while, so so Sai's just like, how long is a while? Like, what's going on? And she's just like, yeah, I haven't had sex since the twins. The twins are like 1.5. So at some point, I'm like, girl, so you haven't even did anything?
Oh my God.
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay. So she basically talks about her insecurity with her C-section scar, and she just didn't feel like very like confident, very self-conscious about it. So her and her husband, you know, they do like oral and stuff like that, but still it's just like they're not really, you know, doing what they gotta do. So the girls are just gagged. They're like, girl, like, why don't you just like, you know, screw your husband, like, you know, do what you gotta do. But you know, there probably like more things going on that she's probably not telling people, because for me, I think that is a red flag. And I do agree with Sai that, you know, if the finances go or if sex go, then the marriage is close behind it as well. So hopefully they can get back on one accord. I mean, like she said, we learned that they were best friends before they got married. So I know that they know each other. So hopefully they can work it out. They finally show up. They get to the house. Sai walks in. She hands Aaron the toilet paper. Aaron was just like, oh, okay, thank you. Easily offended again. She's just like, okay, oh no, you can bring anything, but toilet paper, girl, no, you should have left it at home. But I'm just like, girl, have it in just, but you know, we always need somebody that can be moody. So Erin walks into her front room. She's gagged at the bags because Sai's over here taking out like a bag, hanger, outfit, bag, shoes, this. And she's just like, girl, you're only here for 3 days and I'm about to kick you out. Like, what are you doing?
I can't.
So we already know that, you know, Sai unapologetically going to get her content. I'm not really mad at it, right? I feel like a lot of people can relate to it, because what do people do now? Content creating. Right. So Jenna, she's in the living room. She's very nervous. She's just like, okay, what do I do? What should I say? Like, how do I get into the mood of it? I feel like after Jenna's first season, maybe she'll get more comfortable and relaxed, because, you know, this is a weird environment, and seems like a very private person due to the situation that happened in her past. So, you know, I understand that. So they all sit down, and, you know, they're over here just having casual conversation. The conversation about Jenna and Jessel's mom comes up, and we find out that, you know, Jenna's mom transitioned 6 weeks ago.
Your mom were really close? Not at all. My mom had Asperger's, so she didn't have the ability to make connection.
Jenna talks about her mother being very cold to her and not having a great relationship with her mother. I can really understand that. Like, me and my dad, we don't have the best relationship at all. And it's not because I was gay. It's not because of anything like that. It's just that there were some things that went on that he didn't like. There's some things that went on that I definitely didn't like. And at the age that I am now, I am demanding respect. And for me, I feel like if I feel like there's always a line that's going to get crossed, then for me, I don't have the time or the patience to deal with anybody else's BS, family or not, period. They talk about Jess was not having sex, and Jenna pops up. She was just like, you know what? You're a beautiful girl. Let's get you some lingerie. She's like, where's some sexy lingerie? And I thought she was just saying just in just. No, she hops up, goes upstairs, and brings down some lingerie, hands it up to all the girls. I said, look, I'm never mad at somebody having gifts. All the girls are looking at the lingerie. Everything was cool. Everybody's like, okay, we're going to try this on tonight. We're going to play dress up. You know, we're going to get real sexy. Jessel, we want you to look real sexy. So Jessel's like apprehensive, but she's like, okay, cool, let's do that. Yeah. So, you know, the girls go out to eat. They're ordering their drinks. They're planning like their next day. Erin got, she got her hands full, because she's over here like, you know, we're going to, she said, we're going to eat first. And they're like, we're going to eat before working out. She was like, yeah, we could work out, then eat. They were like, but I thought she said we're going to eat first. So everything she's trying to like suggest, they're over here questioning it. And she's just like, well, who's going to teach us to work out? And they're like, okay, my trainer. She's like, okay, but who's your trainer? Is he reputable? Like, what's going on?
We're not doing breakfast before working out. Well, I was going to make shakshuka. Before we work out?
What are we doing for a workout?
My trainer's coming over. I don't want to eat breakfast and then work out. I will throw up.
Girls, you're on your own.
She definitely got a high standard society women on her hands, right? She is stressed. So the girls are talking about Jessel again lacks of sexual energy towards her husband. But you know, then Jenna, they talk about her basically coming out and forced to be come out. So Jenna talks about, you know, she found out when she was talking to one of her old friends, they went out for dinner, and then something just sparked in her where she just really wanted to kiss her. She had the urge to kiss her, and just like these feelings kept bubbling up. Mind you, she had her husband at the time, but they were going through a divorce. And then, you know, I guess some like paparazzi, they caught her out. It wasn't, she said it was very low key, so it was nothing really crazy. So she was at work. The New York Post calls with her CEO and the head PR person on the line, talk about, hey Jenna, so we heard that you're dating a woman. Do you want to confirm or deny?
You are seeing a woman. Would you like to confirm or deny? And I remember even talking about now, I guess got hot because I was already in the process of getting divorced. But
do you know how I probably would have been sick? Like, you about to gag me, put my business out on the street like that? I've been pissed. But Jenna was just like, confirm. And I'm happy that she, you know, not gonna hide. She faced it. She did what she had to do. She said she was very nervous, had a pit in her stomach. But, you know, it is what it is. They asked, like, are you dating anybody now? Like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, I am. They're like, who is it? She's like, you know, don't really care to share. So they ask in the confessional, like, okay, why aren't you sharing to the ladies? Like, who are you dating? And she's like, you know, my life has been on display for everyone to see, and my whole relationships have always been on display. So this, if the person that I'm dating does not want to be in the limelight, then I'm gonna respect that, and y'all should respect that of me. Period. I'm not mad, but there is gonna come a time where if you are dating someone and creating a life for yourself, and you want to be on the show, I feel like it's your obligation to share that. So right now, look, we learned about her. She is an enigma wrapped in confusion. Who knows? So we're just gonna figure out what's going on with Jenna later down the line, I hope. So Jessel talks about how, you know, her and her husband met, and you know, they were like best friends, they lived together, and then all of a sudden they over here start dating, and then, you know, they got married. She talks about, you know, she had problems trying to actually conceive, and for 7 years she could not conceive, so she had to go through IVF 5 times. I'm not that versed in IVF, the history or the anything about IVF. I'm very ignorant in that regard, but she said it was very brutal, so I can only imagine how much of a toll that was on to her body. And for her to finally have twins, I know that was a blessing for her, so congratulations. But she talks about the, you know, the strain it was, and how in her culture, Indian culture, to have any type of imperfection is just a no-go. So she hid it from her family, and basically she created this narrative that, you know, everything was fine. She probably, like, you know, finagled some details about, you know, how she got pregnant, and then why she didn't get pregnant earlier, stuff like that. So, you know, it's really going to be good to see this story develop, because I know a lot of women go through this, and I feel like this is a very relatable story for people to listen to. So yeah, you know, at the end of dinner, the girls are leaving. Ubers try to steal cream of coconut. They like, girl, put it back. Don't do that. So, you know, they head out, they go to the house. Over here, you know, they had their drinks. They were feeling really loopy doopy doopy. Aaron's over here doing handstands in the corner, girl. So they over here put on the lingerie.
sister, I like it. I mean, the body doesn't quit. You are gorgeous. No, I absolutely hate it.
Sigh, sickening. Uber, sickening. Who else? Aaron was cute, but Jessel, she's like, I fucking hate I fucking hate this shit. Oh my God, I look like a fucking Christian. I look like a grandma. Now, Uber talk about she looked like a grandma. Uber looked bad. I mean, bad in the good way. Her body, oh, she was so shapely. I said, shapely. Now with Jessel, I ain't gonna hold you. Jessel did look frumpy.
Kind of want to see an XS or an S.
I think you look so pretty.
This is not my vibe at all.
Why? Because it's the, what is it, the fabric?
The color of the fabric.
I ain't gonna hold you. And I don't think that's really what she wanted to go for. I feel like she wanted to go for sexy. And we seen, like, they showed her Instagram stuff. The girl is sexy. So from sexy to, she was just like, yeah, no, like, And low-key, I feel like Jenna did that on purpose. Cause like she did that with like cheese. Jenna give me like a little shady person. I don't know. But Jessel was just talking like, she's like, I hate this. This shit is fucking ugly. Blah, 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 blah. So Jenna's standing here like, you know, this is like rude as hell. And she doesn't even know that she's offending me.
saying might be really kind of rude and offensive. I don't get it. Like, I'm completely dumbfounded, honestly.
And Erin is also like, this is like, she's so rude. She's just being so disrespectful. And yeah, like she really needs to stop.
On and on and on about how ugly the garment is. It's not that bad. She's being a huge bitch and she has no though. And that is the weirdest part.
I agree with Sai, because Sai is like, okay, if you might feel disrespected, if you didn't like how she was coming at you, have the balls to speak it up and say, hey, I don't like the fact that you're over here disrespecting my stuff, and give me my stuff back since you have such a problem with it.
But at the same time, Jenna doesn't have enough balls to say, hey, can you guys stop? If I was in Jenna's shoes, I'd say, bitches, give back my.
So I agree with Sai on that regard. Like, if you don't like that, this is Housewives. We already know what this is. All the women have watched the show. So if you have a problem with something I'm saying, speak up about it or shut up. Period. But y'all, that was the second episode of the season. I'm definitely loving this season. I love the organicness that it feels. It gives me like how organic Miami was when the reboot. And I'm definitely loving the show so far. So y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.